Due to the graphic nature and coarse language of the following presentation, listener discretion is highly advised. Additionally, the cast and crew of Two Nerds and a Mohawk would like to urge anyone under the age of 16 or easily offended to please stop listening immediately. You have been warned. Thank you and enjoy the show.
Welcome to the Two Nerds and a Mohawk show, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, the Village Idiot. Sitting ringside beside me is the Crack Squatch. And returning to the show, Homeless Joe.
Yeah!
Welcome back, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
Where the hell were you?
I don't know. Woke up in another gutter somewhere? Sorta. Trench?
It was this chick named Becky.
Oh!
Damn. Oh. Alright, anyway. Alright, so tonight's topic, we're going to be hammering out some, well, no, that actually keeps with the theme. Get the old Acme hammer out and, let's take a look at some Saturday morning cartoons.
Woohoo!
Or take a listen.
Yeah.
You know, this show being unscripted, it always gets to a point where I know what I want to say, That was fucking dumb.
Hey, that just didn't make sense. Oh yeah, let's take a look. Or
listen.
An ear.
Listen, damn it! Now, for those of you that were listening last week, Crack Squatch sort of dropped the bomb on miswording.
Yeah, that was definitely an insert foot here moment. You know, just a bit.
You're not making it any better. You're really not.
Dude, get your mind out of the gutter!
My mind ain't in the gutter.
Okay. Oh!
So anyway, we're talking about Saturday morning cartoons. Be that as it may, I'm trying really hard to play it fair. Because I know some of our audience is older, some of it's younger.
Where?
Not that old, but you know, I'd like to think I have somewhat of an advantage because I'm in the middle age group. That I still remember a time when, you know, Saturday morning cartoons were just that. They didn't have their own established network just yet. Whereas a lot of kids nowadays, they have zero appreciation for that.
Exactly. Saturday morning was the day.
7:30 in the morning, you know, during the weeks, you did not rise until 8, or when your parents kicked you out of bed. You got to school! Saturday morning, 5:30 a.m., up.
Oh, yeah.
Every Saturday. What about you, Joe?
Yeah, for the most part. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was where it was at.
Yes!
Went through a Power Ranger kick, even though it's not a cartoon. It's ungodly stupid, but...
You know what, Brad?
I liked it. I actually liked it until they started getting into, like Super Mega Ultra Robo Car Planosaur. You know, I mean, it's like, what the fuck?
The first series was good, and then it's
then it just kind of went weird.
It's incredibly weird.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Anyway,
steering us off course, Craig.
It's related.
It is because I used to watch Power Rangers too, because that was what came up after Captain Planet.
Oh, Captain Planet!
Captain Planet!
Did either of you fellas think Gaia was hot too? Because I totally had a boner for Gaia.
Well, yeah, like Mega MILF.
No shit.
Alright, wow. Anyway. Oh, man.
What?
I know.
He started it.
Yeah, but anyway, Saturday morning cartoons, definitely nowadays, well, I'm not even going to say definitely that they're different. I guess
different.
They are different.
they're
They're
different. However, once you come of age and you look back and you realize something, cartoons really, yes, they've evolved into different likenesses. They look a little different. They sound a little different. But the story is all still there.
Yeah.
They're all adult themed. They all are very destructive.
There's a lot of innuendos for the parents.
Oh, holy shit.
Yeah.
I got sucked into this argument with somebody that tried to tell me, oh, well, cartoons nowadays are so full of garbage, adult themes, this and that. It's like, did you even pay attention to anything that went on in cartoons?
Seriously, you have any idea how racist Bugs Bunny was?
Oh, Jesus.
He was a
Christ.
racist, he was a cross-dresser, he was an asshole.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That is Bugs Bunny in a fucking nutshell.
Looney
Oh, yeah.
Tunes as a whole were just off.
They
yeah.
were.
Well,
It was
every
pretty
time you see the housemaid, it was always an African American.
Yep.
I understand that those came out between the very early 40s and into the 60s when things were a little bit backward with our country, but still it promoted good old family, old-fashioned racism.
Oh yeah, kind of like the crows in Dumbo. Everybody remember?
Oh,
Very
yeah,
racist.
the crows. Holy shit.
Yeah. Don't think we're gonna leave Disney cartoons out of this.
Oh, no.
No. I mean, we'll leave Disney as a whole out of this, but their cartoons, for sure, are full of a lot of innuendo.
Oh, yeah.
Well, since you mentioned Mr. Walt Disney, I want to get this off my chest. That creepy mustache, anti-Semite motherfucker. Sorry.
Oh no. Let him out, Joe. Tell us how you really feel.
Fuck that asshole.
See, that's my point. People, it's generations before our generation that like to turn the nose up to the sky and act like their hands are queen of everything. No, old cartoons, just like nowadays, promoted drinking.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yosemite Sam was a big-time drinker.
Fucking alcohol.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he was a freaking alcoholic, and not to mention the compulsive swearer, cusser, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, seriously.
Oh, I hate that. What was he actually saying? It was more like,
Why you knew he was over here like fuck shit, motherfucking. You know that's what it was. In reality, that's what it was.
Him and Popeye Tourette's it out.
Oh,
Wonder which one would win in that god-awful argument. Jesus Christ.
That's actually a really good question.
Yeah.
Popeye or Yosemite Sam and a swearing contest.
We'll see Popeye just eating spinach and knock the fuck out of his tight jean wearing ass. Well, I don't know because Yosemite Sam's carrying pistols. So.
Yeah, but then again, Yosemite Sam will be fine. He'll still be going. He'll still be going and goes to the orbit, a little star. Vacuum of space, and he'll suddenly have a fucking space helmet.
Well, Bugs Bunny never had a space helmet when he was fucking Bone Storm and Marvin Martian's day.
True.
And why did he look like a Roman?
Seriously,
why did Marvin Martian look like a fucking Roman? I've always wondered that. You wearing a fucking helmet and the whole toga thing?
Never made sense.
No.
This is Mars!
I mean, obviously, it's a cartoon. That's not the point I'm trying to make. Just some of the shit that goes on. And another point that always gets brought up, and this is a favorite one I love to argue with it. What? Cartoons today are so violent. Tom and Jerry, anyone?
Much? Just a little bit?
Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner? I mean... You want to talk about violence? Holy shit!
Daffy Duck getting his face shot off.
And literally talking out of the back of his head.
Yes! This happened all too often.
Like almost every episode. Especially if it was Daffy and Bugs.
Oh, yeah. Well,
or they were cross-dressing.
Oh.
Yeah! That's another one.
Oh, yeah. Boy.
Not really keep touch of that. I mean, that one's, I guess, forgivable. For the most part,
Well, it's not violent. It's funny as hell.
Yeah, it's funny, but the whole thing, people are like, oh, well, all these violent cartoons. Hello, Tom and Jerry beat the living shit out of each other. They maimed each other.
I feel
They
sorry.
committed suicide. They drunk. They got high.
Oh, yeah.
You know. See, that's another thing, another Disney thing. If you ever watch Pinocchio, the scene where they're at the carnival, and I forget the kid's name now, the jackass kid.
Oh,
He gives Pinocchio a fucking cigar. Pinocchio smokes it, and he gets high.
Yeah, just...
Yeah, he's just like, Dad, look, there's two pool balls, yeah! You know.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Jiminy comes in and is like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, no shit. I'm about to kick you with your 2 balls. Fucking smoking that reefer.
And, you know, and parents just let go because, you know, it's an older cartoon. It's acceptable. No! It's not acceptable. It's no different.
Yeah, it's no different.
See, I think the issue is parents having to be, well, parents, me included. You don't think of the things you did as a child as being bad. You don't want to portray yourself as that to your children.
Oh, hell no.
So you kind of have to turn the other cheek, and sometimes that makes you kind of look like a hypocrite.
Oh, yeah.
Kinda look like a hypocrite. Seriously?
I understand you childless fuck.
Yeah.
I understand where they're coming from, but...
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, there's things now that I look at as a parent, like I was watching Invader Zim. One of my favorite cartoons of all time.
Same here.
I'm watching it with my son, who arguably right now is only 1. But I'm watching this, I'm going, oh god, you know? There's a lot of
Oh, yeah.
very dark humor in this.
It's also...
Just wait till he's 3.
Oh, you know, for temporarily, we're gonna pretend Zim doesn't exist.
Hey, yeah, that's what we're doing now with some.
But even some of these, you know, little kid cartoons, they're...
Well, I was watching an episode of SpongeBob the other day.
Oh, Jesus, so much.
Well, there's in this episode, Patrick thinks he's getting run out of town.
Oh!
So SpongeBob dresses him up as a woman. Well, he gets a job at the Krusty Krab.
And everybody's hitting on
They're
him.
all hitting on him, like just blatantly sexually harassing him.
Yep.
And I just happened to have a meeting at work about not sexually harassing people.
Wow.
So it was just like a total mind fuck. It's like I'm getting fucking just chewed out for what I shouldn't be doing at work because I'm fucking 30. But no, your 5-year-old should be just a womanizing fuckhead. God damn.
Yeah. I know what episode you're talking about, too. And
Get out of town.
Yeah.
Funny, yes, but good message, no.
Yeah, for sure. And there's a lot of hidden messages in some of these cartoons. I'll admit that. There are. And maybe it's not even things that are hidden messages. This falls under the category of Saturday morning cartoons. There are a lot of hidden messages in cartoons that I never really stopped to think about. One of them somebody sent to... Oh, no, it's Buddha. Yeah, Buddha sent this to me in an email about the show Ed, Edd n Eddy.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I was telling you about this. Now, for those of you that haven't seen Ed, Edd n Eddy, go out and watch it. I'm not even going to try to explain the plot because
It's a mind fuck.
it is.
Yeah.
But this email that I read, and he started smoking. Anyway, going back and watching a couple episodes, the email suggested that all these kids are dead. If you ever actually watch an episode of Ed, Edd n Eddy, there are no parents present, ever.
Yep.
However, there's an episode in which Double D, one of the Eds, is doing chores left to him, like assigned to him by his father, left on sticky notes. And if you ever actually watch the episode and pay attention,
There's sticky notes everywhere.
yeah, there's sticky notes everywhere, but he completes these chores and miraculously or appear. However, you never see the parents.
Right.
Now, the suggestion is that these kids are actually dead and, you know, they're just existing in this sort of limbo. And I stopped and thought about it and I said, you know, it's really messed up, but it almost rings true.
I can see how
Well,
they
even
would
with
die.
Ed's, older brother. Yeah, you'll hear about him. Everyone's scared of him and all this stuff, but you never see him. You never see him, ever.
Since you brought up Ed, Edd n Eddy, I want to take this time because I'm from the South and I'm kind of a what's the word for it? Son of the soil. I hate the term. But there's 3 girls that are always trying to blow back
The Canker
gas.
Sisters.
The Canker Sisters. And they live in it looks like one of those Airstream silver, silver bullet campers up on cinder blocks and stuff. It's the most stereotypical, just popping Southern horde. It's funny, but it's like, come on, guys, what are we teaching our kids? Like girls from the South, because they are. But you move a Southern bitch up to Michigan, and oh god, they can't suck enough pecker. Sorry, I'm done.
Oh! Wow! Damn!
I've been with a few.
We're gonna move on from that topic. There's
Wow!
deep-seated hatred here.
It's not deep-seated hatred. It's just resentment for my kid.
All right. Damn. All right. So anyway, another thing from Ed, Edd n Eddy, and I had to look it up because I thought it was photoshopped. It's not.
Really?
There's several episodes where the 2 Eds, being Double D and Eddie, show up at Ed's place and they're looking through his magazines. Or even when they're at Eddie's place, there's magazines that the title is Chick Stuff or Jiggy Jiggy. Now, that's not the part that bugs me. The part that bugs me, if you ever actually look in the foreground around these magazines, there's fucking tissues everywhere.
Oh
And
my god!
I thought it was a Photoshop picture, so I went and looked it up and I went, oh my god, there's nods toward masturbation in this show. And I started to make the comment, wow, back in my, and then I stopped and I thought about it, I said, no, drinking, drugs, no, this is nothing new.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Thank you for enlightening.
Yes, look it up, and it's scary.
Oh, I'll be getting YouTube as soon as I get home.
But yeah, it's just one of those.
Yeah. No, it's like, really? You decided to go into that much detail.
Right. I mean, they could have left that.
But it's still one of those things where it's over a kid's head, just like every other theme. In older cartoons, there were several instances where there were places, like if they ever did a big city setting, if you look in the background, there's a triplex sign occasionally.
Right.
Yeah.
Nodding towards strip clubs. Anytime you see a gangster, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody remembers it. I forget the character's name, but Bugs Bunny runs into this guy, and he's supposed to be like Al Capone.
Yeah, it was like
Hey,
Bugsy or
shut up.
something.
Yeah,
it was like Bugsy or something.
The
like
big
that.
mongoloid.
Or was that the guy?
He's like, I don't want to use the term slow, but he's slow.
Yeah.
He was Muggsy. The big guy was Muggsy. Okay.
That's what I'm trying to remember. But, he was obviously a bootlegger.
I think he was mostly just called Boss by Muggsy.
So.
I think Muggsy just pretty much called him Boss.
They ended up robbing the bank and all that.
Yeah, robbing the bank.
Guns
Just like,
blazing.
Yep.
Doesn't he run out shooting the gun into the bank?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you have to assume he's shooting his women children.
Yeah. You can't assume it's just as a threat. No, he's shooting people.
No, yeah.
Which, again, that's
And not to mention,
just fucking violent.
just the concept, robbing a fucking bank!
Yep.
Because in cartoons now, you rarely ever see things like that.
No.
Like, obviously, you're
No,
not gonna
because
see
it's like,
someone
it's
breaking
violent.
and smoking. So, we've come a long way as far as what we're doing is sheltering our kids from our abuse instead of protecting.
I would say that until the day I sat down and watched a cartoon that really, it caught my attention because I saw the trailer when it first came out, and I didn't think much of it until I sat down and watched a couple episodes. I don't know how many of our listeners have actually seen or heard of this show. It's called Adventure Time.
Oh, good
Oh,
God.
wow.
It is the
That is
biggest-
so...
It is the biggest fucking acid trip I have ever seen in my life.
Yeah, seriously.
I got to the end of a couple episodes and went, what the fuck did I just watch?
Did you see the one
When
where
the hell
Ben
did I
goes
get
to,
high?
Ben goes to Pillow Land?
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's eating pillows and
Yeah.
has pillow kids.
I'm like, what the hell? He's eating these living
I'm so happy you brought up Adventure Time. 'Cause I'm sitting here thinking, God, I can't wait to talk about Adventure Time.
Oh no, the bottle's
God,
open,
no,
man. Pour it out.
Seriously, just a full-blown acid trip.
I really don't have
really
anything negative to say about it because I fucking love it, but I can't let my kid.
No, it's a good show.
Yeah, it's
but
not a
just-
kid show, that's for sure.
It's
not a
strange
kid
the time it comes on because it's. You would think it would be on like your Adult Swim, maybe early Adult Swim, like get you primed for your American Dad. But
For sure.
no, it comes on at like noon.
Yep.
So I mean, I catch it before work sometimes.
There's another one. The regular show. That's another one. But you know, we're kind of sticking with Disney and Cartoon Network. Don't think we're leaving Nickelodeon out of this. I mean, we mentioned SpongeBob, but there are so many different fucked up ones on Nickelodeon.
Ren and Stimpy, let's go with that one.
Oh yeah,
Holy
drag something out of the closet, man, right there.
Yeah,
Rocco's
seriously.
Modern Life.
Oh, I love Rocco. Rocco was awesome.
Anyone remember? Was the show just called Doug?
Doug.
Yeah, Doug.
Yeah, Doug.
Doug, oh.
That show wasn't bad. I like.
Doug was pretty good.
The animation was cool. I really liked it.
Hey Arnold, anyone?
Yeah.
That was one of my favorites from him. It really
Yeah.
was. But I like how the big Jewish kid was like the big rude. I don't know. It was kind of funny. His head made me sad. Like, I felt for his parents because his parents are dead.
If I remember right, yeah.
Something to that effect. Well, that football head had to come out of some lady's coos, right? So it's like, you ruined my vagina! Which, yes, meant a lot. But,
Well, maybe he came out sideways, you know, like ear first.
But like stupid. It's not really a standard.
It should. In my world.
Originally, for people that don't know, and I've seen it, the pilot, forget what it is, something in Steve. Seth MacFarlane, before he went on to create Family Guy, had a pilot air on Cartoon Network's Cartoon back in 1998.
Wow, that's old school, man.
Yeah, and it was actually pretty funny. It was about a guy and his dog named Steve. And, you know, it sounded like Peter and Brian from Family Guy. But, yeah, believe it or not, Family Guy's roots actually trace back to a kid's show, or a pilot for a kid's show, that Cartoon Network aired but never really picked up on. Because at the time they had a full roster, you know, Cow and Chicken, Johnny Bravo, the Powerpuff Girls. Dude, Cow and Chicken.
Holy
Jesus.
crap.
Oh my, yeah, you want to talk about acid
Wow.
trip? I think that is actually where the acid trip started.
Do you guys remember the episode that they had to censor?
Which one? There was a bunch of them.
Well,
yeah.
This one I remember in particular. I watched it because, I mean, I'm aged. So,
Yeah.
but
Where?
I remember watching this particular episode. The dad is playing golf. Okay? Which is fucked up because he's just legs. But there's a part of the show where he misses the ball, or either misses the ball, hits it into the rough. You know, regardless of that, he says, "Damn it."
Really?
And when it first aired, I used to love that show. And I remember watching it the day that it aired. And it was uncensored. Kind of like they didn't catch it. And I remember being that age where it made you feel like, whoa, like, what am I watching?
Yes!
And I remember that episode so vividly. And when it came back on again, it was censored. And I never once again seen it uncensored. But it was like just one of those fuck-ups, you know, like Cartoon Network should have got it, but
They
I don't know why.
Well, it's kind of like a day like I was watching. It was Cartoon Network, and they were having a movie marathon. And I thought they were joking that they were gonna air Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Okay. For everyone that's seen it, that movie is incredibly risque.
Oh yeah.
Booby trap!
And for sure,
Booby trap.
I thought for sure that they would censor out some of the parts, like the patty cake thing, or you know, the sleaze that Jessica Rabbit is, because I mean, admit, she's a sleaze.
Or even the violence when he's dipping the poor cartoon.
Oh yeah!
Oh no! The movie played in its entirety. Nothing was taken out. I went.
Did they play the part where I'm trying to think of actor's name? Christopher Lloyd.
Yep.
Fucking awesome. He gets run over by a steamroller, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all there.
It showed all of that?
Yep. All of it. Yep.
Wow.
And right after that, they played Dumb and Dumber, which I'm like, why is this on Cartoon Network anymore?
That's even worse.
I know.
It fucking pisses on him. Well, that's just funny. But
That's funny, but yeah, it played pretty much in its entirety.
for the kids, man.
It's one of those, you gotta question the moral there.
Right.
Like, cartoon is one thing, okay? Don't get me wrong. Cartoon, that's one thing, but to actually show something like that on a kid's, I don't know.
Right, that was a bit much.
Man, I'm starting to sound
Like a parent. I do
God,
have
it's kicking in.
I have a question for the Squatch, though. 'Cause you're roughly the same age as me. Do you remember, I don't know if it came on Cartoon Network, but the block of cartoons was called O Cannon.
I remember
It
that.
had Bob and Margaret on it, which is, it's a Canadian cartoon, very dry. But it was full of nudity.
Oh, yeah.
Not in a
Yeah, not in a like, oh, hey, I got tits everywhere kind of
They
nudity.
went to a nude beach for a vacation, and I remember seeing this in like probably the 6th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade.
Yeah,
And it's like, wait, what's going on? I mean, you can't just blame it on being Canadian, because I know some really cool Canadians, so I don't think they would be cool with their kids seeing it. I guess it's the humor. You know, British humor is real.
Buddha, if you're listening to this, I'm sorry, because I know you're festering. Canada! Anyway,
Yeah, pretty much.
going on.
So that's it, and they admitted Starbucks.
I have them to blame for that?
I believe.
Are you
hell
kidding
no.
me?
It's either
Okay,
Starbucks. Okay, before
I'm with you now, Buddha. I despise Canada.
Before someone online flames the fuck out of me, it's either Starbucks or Tim Hortons. I don't fucking know. I'm homeless.
Either way, fuck them both.
Fuck them both, I guess.
Anyway, thinking back a ways, does anybody remember Freakazoid?
Fucking wow.
No.
Freakazoid!
Unzip your head.
Unzip your head?
Yeah, you don't remember that episode? There was one episode where he's just like, let's zip your head, and he unzipped his fucking head.
Wow.
I forget the name of it now. Evil Con Carne.
Never seen that.
Oh.
It was an offshoot of the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, which one of my favorite Cartoon Network cartoons of all fucking time. I fucking love the Grim Adventures.
I just
Mandy is my fucking hero just because she tells it how it is.
Oh yeah.
And thinking back, that there's a good episode where she meets her alter ego, who is all about unicorns, stuffed animals.
Yeah,
and
she's
fluffy
like,
shit.
knock it off, you wuss.
Yeah, and
She's like,
her alter ego ends up having a complete mental breakdown. And towards the end of the episode, they attack the stuffed animal collection with chainsaws and flamethrowers. Wow.
yes!
I want to watch that now because I remember this episode thinking, oh my god.
Wow.
You know, they're bringing forth a mental breakdown, whereas, you know, Billy finds his alter ego and ends up cloning all of them.
Now, I'm not 100% familiar with that cartoon. I know of it. But
You'd probably like it.
wasn't Death kind of Jamaican?
Yep.
Alright.
He had a Jamaican accent.
But there's nothing wrong with that, you know. Peace and love.
I loved Grim.
But,
Grim was awesome.
It was different.
It's like, oh, you mild kids.
The whole premise of that show is that the Grim Reaper has to put up with these two kids. And he goes out of his way.
Mostly because Mandy kicked his ass.
Yeah, that's the basis of it. And he's constantly making these remarks about these vile, rotten children. It's always funny to hear them.
But why do you keep picking on?
Remember the one where Santa becomes like, it's either a vampire or a zombie?
Oh.
And they go to the North Pole and like ransack the place?
Yeah.
Alright, well, I think we're getting towards that time.
Oh,
again. I guess in closing, we've kind of shown that cartoons
Are similar, but, you know, nobody's innocent.
Yeah,
Everyone's
nobody's
corrupted
innocent,
by the
so-
madness of some dude's mind.
So I guess in summary, this is a message to you pretentious douchebags that feel it necessary to say, oh, well, you know, back in my day. You know, before you start talking, just think back real quick.
Back in my day, my cartoons were in black and white. You can get away with that one.
You can't even get away with it there if you really think about it. No, you see, you're going to drag me into a whole new argument.
you can. You know, far enough back, they were in black and white.
Well, yeah, but
And then they came out in Technicolor.
Technical.
alright, so
Anyway.
alright, before we go though, I'd like to throw it out every episode. You guys want to hear a topic? By all means, email us, message us. Don't call me, because I don't answer my phone anyway, and you motherfuckers might get my phone number.
Why would,
And
why
if
would
you
you
have it,
have
we
it?
have it.
But anyway, yeah, you want to email the show with a suggestion or hate mail, or just say what's up, or you want a spot on the show, we'll give you some props.
Just fair warning, you throw us hate mail.
Yeah, be prepared to have it
Be
posted, 'cause
prepared.
I will read it. I won't give your name or anything, but I'll gladly throw
Oh,
it up
screw
there.
that. If they're gonna throw us hate mail,
This motherfucker!
I say we nail him to the fucking wall.
Crucify him! Feed him to
Exactly.
the fucking dogs!
Yeah, exactly.
Alright,
exactly.
so, the email address, the number 2, nmshow@gmail.com. Find us on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. All those are .com/2nmshow. Alright, I think that about wraps up. So, for the Village Idiot, the Crack Squatch, and returning to the show again, Homeless Joe. Hopefully you'll be back again.
It burns.
You guys have a good night. See you next week.
Peace out.
With spot.
Some days I'm such a superhero, and some days I just know what to say.